Good day, everybody. Here we are, ready for another roll reveal. This one is reveal number 430, 1946D, plastic tube roll. I've got, I think I've got 4 scheduled out right now. I'm going to try to get them done this afternoon. Then we have one more that we'll do on Saturday. I needed to let you know that today, Friday, the 24th of June, is my wife's birthday, and I will not be able to do the mystery coin pull this evening for that reason. We are going to go celebrate my wife's birthday. I will be on tomorrow, however, tomorrow evening, to do the mystery coin pull. So be ready for that. That will happen tomorrow. I've already chosen all the coins for it. Hello, coins and ghouls. I've already chosen all the coins for it, and I've already got everything together. It's ready to go. I was going to run it yesterday evening, but I was not feeling well yesterday, so I didn't push it. But we'll do it on Saturday. All right, this is 1946D. 1946D. There are a number of RPMs, a number of double die reverses, and a number of double die obverses possible in this issue, so we're going to run through this batch of coins rather carefully to be sure we don't miss out on anything. I have a roll here that's been taped with Scotch tape. I hate Scotch tape on rolls because it never wants to come apart in one piece. And I've got to find a knife because I cannot get these open. Hang on a second, I got one on the floor over here. There we go. Right back at it. There's Joe McBride. How you doing, Joe? Alright, I'm going to get this open real quick now. Using an X-Acto knife. There we go. Well, I've never seen inside this roll. And the end coin is a toner. See if the other end has a toner. Well, the other end doesn't seem to be a toner, so part of it is in its original order. And part of it may not be. But here we go. Coin number 1. Coin number 1 to Parvis. And let's see what we have here. It's quite toned down, this coin number 1. This was the end coin. Has nice color. Kind of that chalky texture. Being on the end of a roll for a long time. Yeah, there's that side. I don't really see anything. Here's the bright and shiny reverse. It looks like we have nothing on the reverse that I'm looking for. Let's back this out a little bit and make it a little easier to view. There we go. All right. That's coin number 1. Now moving on to coin number 2. Coin number 2 is going to go to Carl. Coin number 2 for Carl. Let's see what coin number 2 has. Well, that's a nice little RPM. You can see it on the upper serif especially. We'll get a little closer to it so we can see it better. There we go. Really nice split upper serif on that one. So we do have a nice one here. And I believe there's some small chance this could be a double die as well. I'm not seeing it in the motto. I was only seeing it in the date just a little bit. But it looks like this could be a minor double die that shows up in the date, especially right there on the 4 and the 6. A little bit hard to see. Let's check out the reverse real quick. Back this out a little bit. See what we see on the reverse. And, well, nothing on the reverse that I can see. But the obverse is a bit interesting. We're going to hold this one off to the side for Carl. Hello, Mr. Fletcher. Hold this one off to the side for Carl and see what we can come up with identifying that. And here is coin number 3 going to Farm Dog. Farm Dog gets coin number 3. It is his only coin in this roll, so we'll see if it turns into something nice for him. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything so far. The number of doubled eyelids, 1946D. So we've got to be on the watch, careful watch, for even the smaller forms of doubling. We really have to be watchful for the doubled die reverses, because there are a number of them known. I think Kaneka lists 8 different ones. Got nothing there. So I keep moving on. Coin number 4. Coin number 4 now for Jim Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher, let's see what you get. This one does not appear to have anything on the mint mark or the date. The eye looks normal, as does Liberty. Let's check the reverse. Very nice coins in this roll. This is a very nice quality roll. But I'm not finding much for varieties yet. That's coin number 4 for Mr. Fletcher. Here's number 5. Number 5 goes back to Carl. Back to Carl now. Let's see what we can find. See if we stay in focus here. Let's see. Not seeing anything date or mint mark. Generally with the date and doubling in and around the date, we're looking for extra thick tail on the 9. We'd be looking for like a separation line and extra thickness on the 4 or the 6. Just not seeing that on this coin, so we're going to skip it. Take a look at the reverse real quick and see what we see there. On the reverse, we'd be looking for extra thickness toward the rim. As with many wheat cent double die reverses, it's going to take the little circles in the motto up top. The pluribus is going to take those and stretch those out into an egg shape. Sometimes very obvious and sometimes not quite so obvious. Taco John. Taco John up now with coin number 6. And coin number 6 is... well, looks like it will turn out to be another normal obverse. Hello, Angie. Miss Crowell joins us in the middle of a busy day. I hope Miss Crowell is doing well. Got nothing with this one. That's for Taco John. Move on now to coin number 7. Number 7 go to Mr. Sappington. Yeah, she gets to make it to 1. Yay! Oh, Mr. Sappington ends up with an RPM that's the same as the first coin we found in the roll. Actually, the second coin. That one was for Carl. This one's for Mr. Sappington. And the more I look at, the more it does appear that it has some mild doubling in the date. So there is some chance this could be a listed double die. Well, I hope the very best for your dad. Mr. Sappington is going to go in the pile of finds. And we move on to DN. Nice looking 1946 D roll here. Got some rather nice looking coins. A lot of these are nice 64, 65 level coins. Could be some even higher than that. 46D is not unheard of for having really high grade coins. I think even a 67 is not unheard of in this issue. Now in the 46 plain, that's nearly impossible. Not very many 67s known. But in the 46D, it seems like they're a little more common. A little. Let's see. Oh, there's another RPM. This one appears to be a different RPM than the one we've been finding. See, this one's going to have a heavy set of die scratches going north out of the 1 and the 9 out of the date. And a lesser so split upper serif with a split on the lower serif as well. So this one is going to be a different die. So we have a second RPM die for this roll. We have a second different repunchment mark here. Have nothing on the reverse on this one. It looks like we may end up dry on double die reverses this time around, but well, at least we're finding something. Number 10, Penny Hoarder. Mr. Penny Hoarder gets an RPM. Mr. Penny Hoarder will get the same RPM I just passed by. Just hit one of them, and here's another. So this will be RPM die 2 for the roll. It's very distinctive because of its die scratches, but I'm sure we'll end up finding more markers before the day is done. Here's number 11 for Stephen. Coin number 11. Oh, that's a nice RPM. Look at that. Nice south RPM. So we do not have this one in our bunch of tricks yet. That's a nice one. Zoom in on this and see what we see. That stuff on the bottom could be mint mark damage, but it's definitely split lower serif. Yeah, that it's still a nice south RPM. Nice one. I am feeling better, Shay. It's kind of a day-to-day thing with me. My entire life is like this. Sometimes I just get up too tired to function. And had a headache yesterday, and I was kind of slurred just a little bit and sort of sounded a little loopy. And I decided, instead of continuing to broadcast and just basically torture myself with it, I think I just need to lay down. I did. I slept for about 2.5 hours. And when I woke up, I felt a little bit better, but I still didn't feel like jumping straight into it. All right, that's coin number 11. Now coin number 12, Taco John. Yeah, my mother has fibro. I never knew to have it myself. And we go back to the small split upper serif. This is the second RPM that we had found in the roll. Now, we now have 3 different ones. 3 different ones that we're working with. And this one is the second of the 3. That's for Taco John. Now number 13. Number 13 for Jim Fletcher. looks like we've hit a normal coin. Could very well be a normal coin. Let's flip it over, check the reverse, and see if there is any doubling on the reverse. And the answer to that query would be no. Now, I understand that, Angie, but sometimes I push myself because this is a sole proprietorship business, being that I'm the only one who does any of the work in this business as far as acquiring inventory and getting inventory ready to sell, packing, shipping, all that stuff. I've put local inquiries out trying to find someone who can help me do packing and shipping, and I've not quite found anybody willing to do the job. There's some chance that could be a doubled eyelid to the north. I'm kind of going to lean toward no, but yeah, this happens to be, oh, look at that, a little bit of a grease-filled die there. The die was obstructed a little bit, and the metal could not flow all the way into the crevice, creating the design because of an obstruction, some sort of gunk laying there. And when the coin was struck up, it struck into the gunk instead of all the way up into the die. Yeah, I've been working toward making an attempt to find someone who can help me with the basics of the business here. That way I can focus more time on looking for new inventory and getting some of this god-awful pile of inventory ready to sell. As part of my issue is I spend so much time actually doing the shows and shipping from after the shows that I don't have a whole lot of time left to actually go through the inventory I get and do anything with it that makes sense. I appreciate that, Angie. Hey, you're not all that far away, but you are too far away for a simple day drive, that's for sure. I am very familiar with the 450-something miles of Interstate 40 in the state of Tennessee. And, well, that would not be so bad if you had to cover 4 hours worth of it in North Carolina before you get to the Tennessee border. I live right off I-40, but I live right off I-40, 319 miles inside of North Carolina, and then there's another 400 miles of it to get through Tennessee. 489 miles, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, Andy and Ron Wilson. Good day, good sirs. Been watching for a couple. There's one of them right there. A little split upper serif RPM. This would be a match for the first die of the roll. We have 3 different RPMs that we've been dealing with in this roll so far. This was the first of those 3. So we do have one of those for Stanley. Coin number 17. Now here's coin number 18, Taco John. And Taco gets... yeah, it looks normal from this angle. Let's keep taking a look. See what we see on here. Perhaps there could be some chance of hub doubling. Yeah, it's a very long trip. You think we live in neighboring states. If you indeed do live in Tennessee. I know you live in the Memphis area, but a lot of people in the Memphis area now live in Mississippi. But if you do indeed live in Tennessee, we live in neighboring states. Of course, a lot of Memphians have gone out to the Collierville and Cordova areas. And Arlington, north of Bartlett, kind of making a donut out of the city. But if you do live in Tennessee, anyhow, we live in bordering states, probably about a 10 to 12 hour drive apart in bordering states. That's just amazing. Looks like that could be the start of a minor double die there. No, maybe not. There's a little damage on the 6. A little harder to see. Let's see here. Get over to the reverse side, take a look and see if we have any extra thickness back here. And I'm not seeing anything. I'm just hoping everything works out for my flight next week, going to Florida. Supposed to be flying Sunday afternoon next week to Florida. Have my dad pick me up at the airport and spend a couple of days with him and his wife before I move on to the fun show. And with the number of flights they're talking about canceling and having had canceled during a Juneteenth holiday that we didn't even have last year, makes me kind of wonder about the whole 4th of July weekend thing. Could be a real mess at the airport. I do believe I'm flying from Raleigh-Durham to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Sarasota. I just hope they don't start canceling flights on me. I'm probably going to mail my clothes ahead of time, so I don't even have to worry about baggage claim. Just get on the plane and go. You're Jeff Dunn. Yeah, but if it so works out that the flight's simply not going to work, I'll get a refund on the flight because I do have flight insurance on it, and I'll just drive. And it'll take me an extra day to get there, but it's only about a 10-hour drive from here to Sarasota, 10 to 12 hours. I'll just take I-95 to my dad's house instead of taking an airplane. Recently had the air conditioning fixed on my vehicle. So I have a good working hot weather vehicle. I just have to change plans around a little bit about how we handle getting back up here to North Carolina. This looks like it could be another one of those doubled eyelids, a very minor north doubled eyelid. There are a couple of them listed in Conecuh, so there is some chance that this one could be one of those. Yeah, in about a week and a half, I put right about $2,000 into 2 vehicles, getting them fixed up for the summer, and both of them had air conditioning issues. So we should be good for at least another year to 2 years on that. Keep them oiled up, keep the oil changed, keep the tires in good shape, keep gas in them. They should drive around very easily for the, 7,000, 10,000 miles per year I drive them. I think the truck scarcely even gets that. I think I drive the truck maybe 4,000, 5,000 miles a year. Yes, Carl, I am feeling better today. Just one of those groggy days. I have them once in a while where I just don't feel functionable. And it was kind of a testy day for me. I just needed to get rest, even though I sleep 7-8 hours an evening or per night, I still wake up tired sometimes. It's number 26. Coin number 26 for Malcolm. Let's see what Malcolm gets. And well, it's not one of the RPMs that we've been looking at so far. So we'll just keep taking a look. Now that die scratch behind the eye tells me that I've seen this die before. I spy an eye scratch. I've seen this die before. So I know that this one's not going to have anything on it, unfortunately. Hopefully, once I get all this tripping out of the way, I will be able to spend a couple of weeks with the inventory getting everything all prepped and ready. And then we'll have some really nice big auctions with good stuff. That'll be upon my return from the extravaganza trip that I'll take to Illinois, Missouri, and I will be back a couple of days after my birthday, the 1st of August, probably 3rd or 4th. I'll be back home. Hello, Brandon. 710 is oil upside down. 3 hours a day, 3 days a week. Yeah, I'd probably just die if I did that. My body, for some reason they tell you as you get older you require less sleep. That's so completely a lie for me. As I get older, I require more sleep. Seems when I was young, I could get away with 3-4 hours of sleep, and I could stay up all night. 2 Saturday nights a month, I could stay up all night and still function. Now, if I even think about staying up all night, I get hives. And I sleep 2 days straight just because I was thinking about staying awake all night. Hello, Malcolm. I'm not finding anything new here. Just 3 different RPMs that we've been toying with. I have 2 or 3, 4 examples of each. Hello, PNW, Coin Connection. I need to get connected for a bunch of pennies. There's another one of our RPMs right there. That's the first RPM out of the roll. It's got a really nice split upper serif. This is the one that I say has a possibility, perhaps, of having some extra thickness in the date. It does look like there could be just a little bit of doubling in the date on a couple of the examples I saw. Some chance this one could have some hub doubling on it. There's number 31 now. 31 goes to Eric. I'm going to try to breeze right through 4 shows today. I will not be able to do the mystery pull this evening, as today is my wife's birthday. And she has been wanting to go to dinner and go see a movie for a long time, and well, I surprised her this morning with tickets to the new Elvis movie this evening. So we're going to go see the new Elvis movie this evening. That's what she wants. That's what we're doing. So I will be broadcasting the mystery pull tomorrow. I've got a whole bunch of great stuff lined up for the show. It's going to be a very fun show. But once in a while your life gets in the way and you got other things to get done. So we will be doing a steak and movie night instead of broadcasting here, which I'm happy enough with that. Gotta do for your wife. She's put up with me all this time. Here's number 33 now. 33 goes to Deanne. And there is a lower split serif. You can see it right there. That's that D over D south that I was looking at earlier. Got no doubling on the die. Check the reverse here real quick. Be sure that we've got that same thing. There we go. Okay. That one's going to be a second example of the third different die. And now Parva's. Parva's going to take his shot and see. Yeah, we got nothing extra special. Oh, she knows that coins roll. She didn't know really anything about them till after we got married. When we got married and she figured out that I was actually making a living doing it, well, she had a little change of heart. She still doesn't care about them, still doesn't need to hear the stories, still doesn't want to hear what I found in this or that roll. She does ask me how my auction shows go. She does ask me if I found anything good in the reveals, but doesn't want me to explain what it was I found. She just knows I do the reveals. Here's another one of our lower split serif. And it's going to be the third die for the roll. So a little bit of counting wheel damage going on the face. It's where the friction wheel that rolls the coins out of the counting machine actually grabs the coin and pushes it through the chute, and if it's stuck or if there's something stuck in front of it, that wheel will sit and spin on the coin. But we do have one of the RPMs. All right, Mr. Fletcher. I don't know that my wife really understands the whole expertise thing. She just knows I like to go play with pennies. Yeah, how was your little auction thing? Everything's little or whatever. She actually deals with a living that saves lives. So when you talk about being a coin dealer, it's like okay. So you play with pennies. Yes, that's what I do. That's all I do. I play with pennies. She heads up all of the mammography technologist offices in the state of North Carolina for her corporation that she works for out of Florida. They sent her up here to take care of managing all of the facilities in this state, and that's what she does. She's also newly assigned as the manager for all facilities in the state of Minnesota, which they're about to open. So she will get to travel to Minnesota on occasion. She has already told them that they should not have any problems between the months of September and April, because she doesn't want to see anything that looks like snow. Heck, we had about 4 or 5 inches of snow here this past winter. That was unusual. I was gone to Illinois at the time, where we were supposed to have a big pile of snow. I didn't see any of it, or hardly any of it, just enough to cover the ground, but most of it skipped by us. So I went to Illinois to miss the snow in North Carolina. Here is number 39. This one will go to Deanne. Let's see what we have here. It's got another one of our more minor RPMs, the split serifs. This is our second RPM in the roll. So we have that. Hello, Eric. Multiple examples of 3 different minor RPMs. 1946D. Not really getting much in anything as far as double dies are concerned, although there is one possible double die lid to the north. A couple of examples of that in the roll. And there is also the possibility that one of our RPMs also sports a slightly thick date. That's the report for this roll. That one was for Carl. Move on to Paul Hampton. Paul, this is your coin. There we go. That's one of our first RPMs for the roll. This is the one that I said could possibly have some extra thickness in the 4/6 of the date. Nothing else special about it, though. Nothing on the reverse or anything. Now on to number 42, Parvis. Our next roll will be coming up. There's another one of our first RPMs for the roll. RPM 1 for this roll. Nicely split upper serif. We'll be getting into another reveal. That would be a 1942 Philadelphia roll. Will come up about 10-15 minutes after the end of this reveal. Take a little time to get things set up for it. I'll be ready to go. Then immediately following that one, we will be doing our next roll. And the next roll is not marked. What is this? Looks like 53D. Alright, coring number 43, Paul Hampton. And let's see. Well, Paul Hampton gets a normal coin this time. A somewhat persistent woody effect on a lot of these planchets, so some of them actually look pretty nice. I appreciate that, Angie. Thank you very much. I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm not jumping out in front of any buses. Just for some reason, I tend to get very tired after a full night's sleep. Sometimes it's my medication doing it to me, and sometimes it's just life. This might be one of the ones that I thought looked like it could possibly be a north doubled eyelid. Maybe. And that one is for Mark. Now coin number 46. Mr. Boudreau. And this one, I don't think I've seen this die, or haven't paid attention to see it anyway. I'm going to flip this one over, take a look at the reverse. That is unfamiliar to me. And it is not a double die reverse either. So that's for that. Coin number 46. Now coin number 47. 47 for Yo Man. Should be ready to get started right at the top of the hour. I've got just about everybody's stuff ready to be packed. The mystery pull is holding me back from packing material for about 28, 29 people, because the mystery pull is under the same postage as the rest of your package, and the mystery pull hasn't been done yet. So that is a different RPM right there. And you see a little split on the upper serif. Make sure we go through and take a look at the reverse on this one, because this is yet another die that I don't necessarily recognize as being a part of the roll. Set that off to the side. Crispy coin number 49 now. And coin number 49 is one of our first RPM of the roll coins. Nice little north RPM. And no doubling anywhere else. Last coin in the roll for Malcolm. Coin number 50. Will give us, well, it's another one of those nice little split upper serif RPMs. Looks like it's different from the others. Same as the last coin I found, though. So what we end up with in this roll is what I believe to be 4 different RPMs. I'll get them stacked up as varieties. And I will be back in, I'm going to say 10, maybe 15 minutes. And I will be ready for the next reveal. Will be reveal number 431, 1942 Philadelphia roll. And I'll see you here in a few minutes. Have a great afternoon.